guys. I'm actually going to get every month in this year. I'm thinking, as long as December doesn't fail me and I don't have any deployments, I should be good to go. Man, it's been way too long since I've talked to you guys. I kind of miss you guys, kind of. I mean, not wholeheartedly. So what's new with y'all? It got up to like 48 degrees today, and tomorrow the high is like 25. And basically I was just waiting for the ice to clear off of the roads in front of my house. Most of the other roads are good to go, but this one in front of my house was still kind of icy, so I had to wait for it to clear up. And when it finally did, oh buddy, you better believe I'm going to be out today. The worst part about today is going to be all the gravel on the ground. Yeah, buddy. Should probably watch my speed just a little bit, because they're probably going to be looking for us bikers out here today. It's still in the upper 40s, and I'm only going to ride for like 45 minutes to an hour, just depending. You know, it is Valentine's Day, and I got my wife this shirt. It says, oh, what did it say? I don't remember. I'll tell you guys about it later, but I remember. Regardless of what it actually says, down where the baby would be, in her belly, it's got this heart with two little footprints. It's pretty cool. She loved it. She didn't cry or nothing, but, you know, it was cool. Then I got her a bath bomb and a nice card. And we're grilling steaks out tonight since it's so nice. We got those marinating, got the grill all cleaned up. Should be kosher for the night. I think we're gonna go buy some asparagus and some bacon and wrap that up and throw her on there too. Yeah, buddy. What a wonderful day it's been. It just kind of been piddling around all day, not really doing much of anything. As of today, we are a week away from the little baby's due date. But from the way she's been acting, it could be any day now. I don't know. Yesterday she was feeling some pains and some other things that she read were symptoms related to early labor. And I'm okay with that. I'm ready for the little bundle right now. I wish she was here right now. I was hoping today would be the day. But my next hope is the 18th, so we'll see what happens then. Well, the first thing I wanted to talk about was something that I learned in the Army. And it's kind of got a backstory, so we're going to go back in time a little bit. Before I joined the Army and any other military-related programs, I was a very shy kid, shy individual. I didn't mind crowds, but I just didn't like talking to people that I didn't know. And then I joined this one group called Civil Air Patrol. And I was required at some point in that career to do classes to a group of people my age. And at the time I was 14 when I joined. It's a civilian organization funded and ran by the Air Force. They provide public services, you know, like disaster relief, different kind of things. Anyway, I had to build and teach classes to teach other people. And I had to stand in front of them and talk to them. And that's kind of like the beginning of me getting out of my public speaking fear. But when I joined the Army, you know, everybody there to me was a stranger. I didn't know anybody. And you gotta make friends when you're in the military. You wanna help people so that they help you in return. So that's what I did. I met friends and I networked. And, you know, within a few years, I could go up to any random person anywhere and talk to them and with no issues whatsoever. I have no problems talking to random strangers. And it's definitely helped me out in life. You know, especially networking in the military, it's really gotten me a few places and a few jobs. And it's just been probably one of the best lessons that I learned joining the military was not being afraid of, you know, talking to strangers or public speaking or anything of that sort. And it definitely helped build confidence. I mean, that's kind of expected out of the military, building confidence. And they kind of go hand in hand, you know. You can't be a good public speaker if you're not confident. So you have to be confident in what you're saying. Now, speaking of the military, there's a couple things that I am been thinking of for a long time. At one point I considered becoming a drill sergeant for the Army Reserve, I should say. And I've since changed my mind. I don't want to do it anymore. I've heard so many horror stories from drill sergeants themselves saying about how much they can't do anymore. You know, it's hard enough for them to even instill discipline when the new soldiers are so soft that they can't stand being yelled at. And they have, you know, timeouts for stress. What the F? The entire purpose of basic training is to instill stress into you so that you know how to handle it and how to act upon strenuous and how to act upon stressful environments. You know, you're going to be in combat, and the last thing I want you to do is be scared of stress. So I just think that the military has gotten soft, and that's kind of what changed my decision of becoming a drill sergeant. Even the new soldiers that are coming to our unit have just been coming back, like, talking about how they had their cell phones the whole time. I'm not saying I had the worst, hardest basic training ever, because mine was pretty soft too, and I actually wish it would have been a little harder, but I had little control over that. Other than, you know, getting yourself in trouble, which seemed to work pretty well. But then, just the other day, I saw some of the best news I've ever seen as far as basic training. They just decided, I saw an Army Times article on Facebook, that they're going to start making basic training more intense. And I couldn't be happier. The last thing the Army needs is for soldiers to be soft and not able to handle stress. That's why soldiers get killed on the battlefield. I'm not saying I'm an expert in this matter in any shape or form. I've just seen, you know, too many stupid mistakes happen from soldiers that are collapsing under stress. Like, they just can't handle the idea of what war actually is. And in case you weren't aware, we're still in war. As much as I'd hate to admit it, there is war going on all the time. We lose soldiers all the time due to combat. We lose even more soldiers every day due to suicide. You know, the last statistic was 22 a day. So yeah, good news that the Army is going to be switching to a more intense basic training. They should have been doing it sooner. But, you know, people are too weak. It's going to reduce the amount of people we have in basic training for sure. You know, people aren't going to be able to handle it at first. But they're just going to have to suck it up, because we need soldiers that can fight, not soldiers that can cry. Know what I mean? Yeah. One story I did want to tell you guys, though, if any of you are on my Instagram or Facebook, you would have seen that picture of that shirt that I posted not too long ago. It says, "I'm a fucking dad." And it's soon to be true. But I wanted to kind of explain. I said there was a story behind the shirt, so I was going to kind of explain the story. I'm not wearing the shirt right now. Anyway. So a long time ago, like 3 or 4 years ago, I was really pushing to get my wife to agree to start having kids. And she's the more sensible one as far as finances and everything, and it just wasn't a right time. But I kept pushing and pushing and pushing. Well, I actually ended up having this dream. And in the dream, I was walking around our neighborhood holding this tiny infant and yelling up and down the street, "I'm a fucking dad!" And I was just yelling it. I was so excited and proud. And, you know, middle of the summer, I'm walking around with a baby. yelling, "I'm a fucking dad," up and down the street. I'm probably not really going to do that, but it was in my dream, and I told my wife about it, and then, like a couple weeks after we knew we were pregnant, she hands me this gift. I open it up, and sure enough, it's a shirt that says, "I'm a fucking dad." And I couldn't have been happier. I just laughed at it. I'm like, what? But I remembered having that dream. And her and one of our neighbors actually went and did the shirt together. Neighbor's name is Barb Hoffman, so if she watches this, there's a little shout out to her. She doesn't really watch YouTube though, but you know, just in case, I might send her the link. Anyway, so that's the story behind that shirt, in case you were wondering. Well guys, I really don't have too much else to say. I hope you've enjoyed hearing some updates and whatnot. Today for Valentine's Day, my wife gave me a stuffed red panda. If you don't know what those are, look them up. They're pretty cute, fluffy, and they scare really easily. And the reason she gave me a red panda is because this phone app that she has told her that this week our baby inside her is the size of a red panda. So she got me a red panda for Valentine's Day, along with some chocolate cigars. They were really cool. They were just hollow milk chocolate in the shape of cigars, and they had like a foil wrapper that had a cigar printed on it. It was really cool. And a card, actually a card from her and a card from the soon-to-be baby. She does stuff like that. And a box of chocolates. I ate some. That's Valentine's Day for ya. But I don't know when I'll be back on the bikey poo here. Old Charlotte needed a little riding, if you know what I mean. It is Valentine's Day. I had to go take Charlotte out for a ride. Alright, well, that's all I got for you fellas and fellettes. I'll probably catch you in March when it starts to warm up more semi-permanently. Get rid of all this stupid white crap. Yeah, get rid of this crap. Anyway, thanks for tuning in guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that nice little thumbs up button. If you thought it was dumb, hit the thumbs down. I don't care. If you like what I have and you want to see more, make sure you subscribe. If you don't like what I have and you don't want to see more, well then don't watch me. It's that simple. Stay safe out there, guys. Live life on steel. And don't forget, never hold in a fart.